Welcome to AGORACOM Talks, your weekly go-to source for the best small-cap headlines for over 65 million investors since 2007. That's right. Today, we're in the ground running with some breaking news across the small-cap landscape. We've got a stack of fresh releases.
Absolutely. Lots happening. We're here to sort of cut through the noise, highlight what you might want to look closer at.
We're tracking some strong financial news. This is from NuRAN Wireless, Inc., symbol NUR on the CSE.
Ah, yes, NuRAN.
Headline: NuRAN Wireless posts strong 2024 results as rural connectivity demand accelerates. The numbers here, well, they tell a pretty interesting story.
They really do. 2024 results. Okay, a 36% jump in revenue year over year. That's solid growth.
But the gross profit figure, that really caught my eye.
Oh, yeah, a massive 329% surge there and a 53% gross margin. So they're not just selling more, they're making more on each sale.
Absolutely. And importantly, the net loss is shrinking, down almost 30%. That suggests they're moving towards, financial stability.
Well, their whole model is built around that, focusing on 2G, 3G, 4G, and underserved areas. The network is a service model.
Right. They build the network for the big operators in these remote places.
And they just landed a big deal, didn't they, with MTN Benin?
Yeah, $32.2 million, 5 years, potentially up to 200 rural sites. That brings their total contracted sites to, 5,092 across 8 African countries.
That's significant scale. But here's maybe the most compelling part, financially speaking. Their Cameroon subsidiary. It hit positive EBITDA back in December 2024.
Okay, positive operational profitability in one country.
And the company expects, they anticipate, company-wide positive EBITDA in the first quarter of 2025. That's potentially happening right now.
That shift to company-wide positive EBITDA, if it happens, that's a huge signal for investors, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It suggests the core business is becoming self-sustaining, generating cash from operations. It's a critical milestone.
So you'll definitely want to keep an eye on their next financial report to see if they hit that Q1 target.
No question. That transition can be a major catalyst. Shows the model works and scales.
Okay, let's shift gears. Moving into the gold sector. News from Renforth Resources, Inc., RFR on the CSE.
Renforth.
Headline: Renforth Resources set sights on gold extraction and exploration across Quebec and Ontario. Looks like a two-pronged approach.
That's exactly it. First, their Parbec gold deposit in Quebec. They announced a pretty significant 29% increase in the open pit resource estimate.
29%, that's a substantial boost. Brings them closer to actual extraction.
Seems to be the plan. They've started the permitting process for surface stripping, removing the overburden, and they're looking at dewatering for a potential underground decline.
So Parbec is the near-term potential production story. What about Ontario?
Simultaneously, they're firing up fieldwork again at their Nixon-Bartleman gold project. That's in Ontario, right along the Duster-Porcupine Fault. Very famous gold belt.
They've hit gold there before.
Yeah, they highlighted some historical high-grade samples. There was one from 2014, 22.1 grams per ton, gold over 0.3 meters. Not wide, but very high grade. That encourages new exploration.
So you've got the potential near-term cash flow angle with Parbec, plus the blue sky exploration upside at Nixon-Bartleman.
Exactly. Advancing a known resource while exploring in a proven district. It diversifies the opportunity for investors. That resource increase at Parbec is tangible, impacts potential economics.
And those high grades at Nixon-Bartleman, even if historical, suggest there could be more to find.
Right. It's that combination that can be appealing in the junior mining space. Near-term news flow plus discovery potential.
Okay, more resource sector news, and this one's generating some buzz. Power Metallic Mines, Inc., PNPN on the TSXV.
Power Metallic. Yes, I saw this one.
Headline: Power Metallic expands Lion Zone with high-grade copper and gold hits at depth. The drill results they put out, they look exceptional.
They really do. From their winter 2025 drilling at the Lion Zone, NISC project in Quebec, some really eye-popping intersects.
Leave us the highlights.
Okay, one standout, 13.54 grams per ton gold, that's very high grade, plus 236 grams per ton silver and 1.08% copper, for almost 2 meters.
Wow. Gold, silver, copper.
And they calculated a copper equivalent for that intercept. Came out at 12.64% copper equivalent. That bundles all the value together. Very strong number.
Okay, 12.64% QEQ. Was there another major hit?
Yes. Another intercept returned 7.78% copper. That's extremely high copper grade, plus over 50 grams per ton silver, over a gram of platinum, and some nickel. Again, over nearly 2 meters.
7.78% copper plus credits.
Right. That one worked out to almost 8% copper equivalent, 7.97%. Hitting grades like this, especially at depth, suggests the lion zone could be bigger than they thought.
And potentially changing in nature. The release mentioned a possible shift to copper-nickel dominance deeper down.
Yeah, that's a key implication. It could point towards a much larger polymetallic system. They're waiting on assays for more holes, too, so more news likely coming.
Definitely one for investors interested in battery metals and precious metals to watch closely. High-grade results like these can really move the needle for a junior.
Absolutely. Discoveries like this can be transformative. They often lead to a re-rating of the project's potential.
All right, finally, our last breaking headline today.
Zephyromethane.
Okay, the news. Zephyromethane expands plugging operations with new contracts from Ohio and Pennsylvania. This is an environmental solutions play, but with a clear revenue model.
That's right. Their subsidiary, Plants & Goodwin, they've landed a new contract from the Ohio Department of Natural Resources to plug 10 more abandoned wells.
And that's on top of previous contracts.
Yeah, they got 50 wells earlier this year from Ohio DNR. They've already plugged 28 of those. Plus, they just secured 2 new private sector contracts in Pennsylvania for another 15 wells.
So the contracts keep coming in. It really highlights the growing need for this kind of work, doesn't it? Methane abatement.
Absolutely. Plugging old abandoned oil and gas wells is crucial for cutting methane emissions, which is a potent greenhouse gas. There's a lot of focus on that.
It's not just the service fee, is it?
No, that's the key part. They generate US-based methane offset credits from this plugging work. Those credits have value. They can be sold. It creates a recurring revenue stream tied directly to the environmental benefit.
So they get paid to plug the well, and then they potentially get paid again for the carbon credits generated.
Exactly. Providing an essential environmental service and generating valuable credits. It's a compelling model in today's climate-focused environment. The growing contract list suggests the market likes their approach.
Okay, so there you have it. A really rapid run-through of some key breaking news in the small cap space today.
A lot to digest there.
Yeah, NuRAN's improving financials and that potential EBITDA milestone.
Renforth's dual gold strategy in Quebec and Ontario.
Power Metallics really impresses high-grade polymetallic drill hits. And Zephyro expanding its well plugging operations and carbon credit angle.
Lots of different sectors, different stages, but all showing significant developments. Concrete results, strategic moves, exploration success. Things investors can really sink their teeth into for further research.
Absolutely. You've got revenue growth, potential profitability shifts, recurring revenue models, resource expansion, high-grade discoveries, growing backlogs. These are tangible things.
Key indicators of potential value for sure.
So which of these headlines caught your attention the most? Which story makes you want to go and dig a little deeper? Remember, staying on top of these fast-moving developments is key.
It really is. Due diligence starts with awareness.
Join us next week for another edition of AGORACOM Talks. We'll keep bringing you the headlines that matter in the small cap world.